What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Although I understood perfectly, my background as an office worker still lingered. Unless I was deeply engrossed or angered, I tended to revert to my usual self.
I get it. I even feel nervous around the Heavenly Emperor Elmesia.
It seems King Gazel has faced similar situations.
But hey, you can chat with the Emperor casually, while I struggle. It baffles me.
True. It hit the nail on the head, leaving me little room for argument. Gazel advised me to loosen up around him, and I agreed to try. Yet, breaking the habit was easier said than done. I held him in high regard and old habits die hard.
But sometimes, you manage to hit the mark with your responses. It's not that big of a deal, right?
Come on, man. It's in those moments when your true self shines through. To avoid faltering on the big stage, one must always reassess their behavior.
Another valuable lesson learned. Given how often I received such lectures, I tended to fall back into old patterns. El-Tan gave me similar talks sometimes, though she had her off days. Maybe she was just trying to make things easier for me and Murmiles-kun, perhaps I was overthinking it. Either way, I took Gazel's advice to heart for future reference. We relocated to the parlor. With drinks in hand, we shared updates on recent activities. The primary goal of our meeting was to swap intel.
So, any ideas on avoiding war?
Unfortunately, it seems inevitable. I've established magic transfer circles among the demon lords for emergency travel.
One issue subsides, and another arises. Honestly, I thought our troubles were over when Velgrind-sama turned ally. But now with Michael in the picture, I don't believe he's our only concern anymore.
Well, I wasn't one to boast, but our collective strength surpassed that of the Empire at its peak. With demon lords like Velgrind and even Veldora on our side, Gazel seemed confident we had nothing to fear. However, that was a simplistic view.
They're formidable foes, no doubt. Their power dwarfs that of the Empire.
I see. So you're not underestimating them, but feeling a bit resigned?
Exactly. No matter how hard I try, I don't see myself being much help, so I'm coming to terms with that.
I see.
Well, it's a hard truth. Even with Dwargen's might, facing Velzard would be a daunting task. I can see why he might feel like throwing in the towel when the enemy's strength is overwhelming.
Still, we won't go down without a fight. We'll be ready to seize any opportunity, even in the worst-case scenario.
Gazel declared with unwavering determination. His commitment was undeniable. Facing Velgrind head-on instead of fleeing showed he was ready to take on a seemingly unwinnable battle. Feeling reassured by Gazel's resolve, I continued.
When you can't win outright, you strategize, right?
Quality trumps quantity, especially when dealing with a hostile force like Velzard. This rendered Veldora useless. Only Guy and Velgrind stood a chance against Velzard. As for me, I'd rather avoid the confrontation altogether and ensure my escape.
A clash between true dragons is like a battle among gods.
Indeed, that's the scale we're dealing with. But running away isn't an option for me.
Do you honestly think we can win?
Not really, but I'll put in the effort to tilt the odds in our favor.
Hey, you're quite the character.
Gazel chuckled with a wry smile. Honestly, I wasn't entirely sure of my plan, but I'd ensure an escape route if victory seemed unattainable. Arguing over whether victory was possible before assessing the enemy's strength was futile. My focus was on being prepared for the worst-case scenario.
So, I need your support.
Of course. I'm all in. You can count on me.
Gazel readily agreed to assist me. I promptly requested the setup of a magic transfer circle. Unlike the ones for personal use, this one needed careful placement.
Impressive work with the high-purity magisteel.
I'm bending the rules a bit with my skill. Normally, I'd wait for the crafters to catch up, but time isn't on our side.
Fair point. Leave the adjustments to me.
I thanked Gazel and set up the magic circle for transfer at the designated spot. Having wrapped up my task successfully, I transitioned into casual conversation.
So, how's the training been going?
You're Hakuru's granddad and the founder of Oboro-Ryu, Agara Dono. You've shown me I've got a long road ahead.
Don't downplay it, King Gazel. You've already mastered the secret art of the 5 flower strikes Gakutatsu and aiming higher.
In Oboro-Ryu, they say anything from 5 flower strikes, Gokutatsu, onwards are secret techniques. Sekiro, pomegranate, or the Rakazan, is a swift, non-lethal slashing blow. Unagi, willow, known as the Nananagi, gently parries enemy attacks. With each move, the techniques build up until reaching the highest, Yazakura, cherry blossom, or the Hakusen. It's supposed to be kept under wraps, but Agera planned to pass it on to Gazel without hesitation.
I heard Hakuro mentioned you showed him the Hakusen?
Yes, it was before I was reincarnated, so I'm not sure if my memory's right, but I think I showed it to him a couple of times. If he managed to replicate it, then he's definitely a genius. I may sound like I'm boasting about my grandson, but I'm not Byakuya Araki, his grandfather. I genuinely want to praise the predecessors of the monster country.
Agera expressed a mix of shyness and pride.
No need to be modest. Hakuru's my mentor too. I feel happy hearing the praise.
Exactly. Agera Dono's teachings have shaped Hakuro Dono. Fate's quite mysterious when you think about it.
Gazel agreed with a happy smile. Agera watched us, deeply moved, nodding along.
So, Rimuru, can I get your take on something, if you're up for it?
If I can grasp it.
Well, I've mentioned it before, but I'm curious about the ultimate skill. If I keep honing my sword skills, do you think I can take down an ultimate awakened?
Oh, that's quite straightforward. Depending on the situation, it might not be impossible. It'd be a tough fight, but not unwinnable.
The lesson I've learned is that ultimate skills can only counter other ultimate skills. It's safer to assume you can't compete at the unique skill level.
So, is there?
However, under certain conditions, it might be possible.
Well, what are those conditions?
For instance, Yuki Kagurazawa's anti-skill nullified my powers. Also, Diablo overwhelmed an ultimate gift owner with his magic alone. It's just a theory, but I believe willpower is key. If a mental entity exists purely through willpower, they might resist ultimate power even without an ultimate skill. I'm fairly confident in that guess.
I wasn't ready to make a firm conclusion, but it seemed highly likely, especially since it aligned with Seal-san's perspective. So, the crux of it.
So, it's about boosting my willpower to match that of a spiritual entity? Then, following the path of the sword.
There might be a faster route.
What?
It appears that being acknowledged by mythical grade armor can elevate you to the status of a spiritual entity.
This was the answer. Well, there was also the dicey option of receiving power, but as they say, too much of a good thing can be harmful. Or was it greed instead of power? The analogy might have shifted, but I think it still drives the point home. You can't wield power you're not equipped to handle. That's why I'm selective about granting skills to my subordinates. Plus, there was no way I'd do that to Gazel. He needed to carve his own path. Besides, I can't just grant skills to anyone not linked to my soul. Awakening Rain and Misery isn't the same league as this. So, this time around, aiming for mythical grade seems like the best bet. But getting mythical grade gear isn't a walk in the park. I've been trying to analyze Hinata's Holy Spirit armor and replicate it on a large scale, but no matter how hard I try, it doesn't reach legendary grade. While it might boost me to the level of a saint if I wear it, I doubt it's enough to rival an ultimate skill.
Mythical grade, huh?
Gazel murmured, eyeing his sword. The well-worn blade was probably legendary grade, if not higher. Yet, it bore countless scars.
It's seen its fair share of clashes. Lucky it didn't snap, but its days are numbered.
True. It might have been a cherished heirloom, passed down through generations. And now, in this state, it's only fit for display. Or maybe.
Should I consult Kurabe? He might be able to breathe new life into the sword.
What? Really?
No guarantees, but Kurabe managed to restore Gabble's spear with the Hihirikane I provided. It nearly reached mythical grade.
There's still plenty of Hihirikane left.
The sword doesn't seem finished yet, so perhaps.
Please, even if it fails, ask Kurabe Dono.
It's a big ask, but I'd spare no effort for my senior disciple. He's been a tremendous support to me, and it's my turn to repay the favor. With that, I took the sword from Gazel.
Besides the sword, any other avenues to obtain mythical grade gear?
Is there a way?
Gazel's tone was skeptical.
Let me lay it out for you. Legendary grade items are like national treasures, especially if they're from a major nation. You won't stumble upon them in some random empire or backwater.
I wasn't taken aback by his statement. It was pretty much what I expected.
My findings echo that sentiment. We scoured the Western nation's remote areas, but we've only come across a handful of legendary grade items.
With Soy backing up Gazel's assertion, our last hope rested with Kurabe. Interestingly, Kurabe had also refurbished Soe's twin swords. While they hadn't quite reached mythical grade, Soy wasn't fazed. He saw it as an opportunity for improvement.
Is it even worth requesting what you lack? And, let's ponder, do you reckon you stand a chance against an ultimate skill if you evolve into a spiritual entity?
It's not set in stone. Sure, age can bring differences, but even a fledgling archdemon seems useless. Strong willpower and mental fortitude are what count in resisting ultimate power.
Your explanation's a bit fuzzy.
Nah, I didn't think so. But if simplicity was what he craved, I'd serve it up.
In a nutshell, it's about spirit.
I hesitated to say it outright, it felt more like a gut instinct. Fancy footwork won't always save you, but against an ultimate skill, it seemed more straightforward than other explanations. In this world where a single sword strike can rupture the fabric of reality, the line between swordplay and magic blurs. Train your willpower, and you can bend the laws of nature. It's simpler to grasp and easier to accept. Gazel mulled over my words, his demeanor turning serious. Agera, too, seemed lost in thought. Then, Soi chimed in.
Rimuru-sama's hit the nail on the head. As a recipient of an ultimate gift myself, I can vouch that infusing my spirit into my sword can take down any foe.
Agera nodded in agreement.
That's spot on. For me, it's like I channel all my determination into my blade. My body becomes the sword, fueled by the sheer will to vanquish foes. With that, I reckon there's nothing my blade can't cut down, even the intangible stuff.
Yup, Agera's got this unique skill called blade transformation. Sure, if we're talking about sheer existence, Agera's transformed blade might not outshine mythical grade. But where it shines brightest is in its sharpness. Mythical grade weapons might have a will of their own, but it's no match for a human's determination. Ranga poked his head out of my shadow, chiming in.
My story's a bit different. I was lounging in my lord's shadow when suddenly, I heard this weird voice and bam, Stellar Wind King Haster. Must have been all my wishes to serve my lord that manifested it this way.
Ranga chuckled happily. He might be getting smarter, but he's still half in my shadow. I couldn't see, but I bet his tail was wagging like mad. Adorable, really. I used to be more of a cat person, but lately, I've been warming up to dogs. Ranga played a big part in changing my mind. Anyway, I hope Soi, Agera, and Ranga's tales shed some light.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Lunel Scarlett, Khalid, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Chris Jr., Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyros, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Echo Ski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Endsley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Individual, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, Jack, Winston Harvey, Mike Roch. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.